I'm very happy with myself that I have a few takeaways here on the sleep situation. This is orientation lesson 32, healthy foundations lesson 15, a few takeaways, and I want to make sure that I do not miss some of the things that are important here. Staying up late to study doesn't pay. It definitely doesn't. It's better to get your sleep. What happens is when you study, if you don't do it too late at night, your brain has time to organize it and actually file it in those mental filing drawers that you have up there, and you can organize what you have learned. Your brain does that automatically, as well as cleaning itself, as we have talked about before. So staying up late, you deprive yourself of a clean brain, and you deprive yourself of time for your brain to organize the information that you have learned. Okay, take time to unwind before bed. We've talked about this. Do you snore? Does your student snore? Please get checked out for sleep apnea. This can be a sudden death situation if you're not careful. So please, if you're snoring and if you wake up multiple times in the night, check for sleep apnea. It's worth it. Finally, if you have someone who needs a little bit of extra help falling asleep, don't use drugs. Please don't use drugs. You just never know what the side effects are going to be, and as one hypersensitive to different drugs, I just don't like to use drugs, period. But there are things that you can do. I recommend doTERRA's Serenity Essential Oil. It helps. Put a little under the nose. You can breathe it in on the brain stem. Put some drops here on the wrist, and pretty soon I'm asleep. And it does wonderful things for me. It helps me to relax and to get to sleep. And also, I want to mention the fact that when you don't have enough sleep, I think it was in one of the previous lessons, it's like being drunk. And you know that a drunk doesn't have all of his faculties. He cannot make good judgments. So, and when you are drunk, you cannot do your best on a test. And I say that it's like being drunk when you don't get enough sleep. So it's important to sleep at the same time. Your body has rhythms, and it's important to eat at the same times, to sleep at the same times, so your body is in rhythm. And that's one way that you can lessen the stress on your body, if you will eat at the same times and rest at the same times, study at the same times, play at the same times. Have routines like that. It lessens the stress in your life, in having to figure out, well, what am I going to do now? Or just in the physical stress. You know how your day's routine normally goes. Sometimes, of course, it has to change up, but if you will employ the idea of routines, go to bed and get up at the same times, day after day after day, eat at the same times, it will help you to de-stress. Okay? That is the lesson 32, lesson 17 in Healthy Foundations, and we are moving on in the next lesson to exercising correctly.